Okay, we're back with more Axiom Verge. We should beat the game today. We'll see. Let's go ahead and start. Cool, thanks. This game is really good. I like it very much. It's fun to play. When we get to the credits, I'll talk a bit on my final thoughts on it. I don't think I've had this complicated of an emotional response to a Metroidvania in 8 years of streaming and like 50 games that are arguably Metroidvanias played so far. I think Games Database says like 54 games I've played that are technically Metroidvanias. Didn't come up here last time. Oh god. Yeah, that makes sense. Hey, boss door. One of these save rooms is gonna have something in it, god damn it. Shit, sorry. Clearly forgotten how to launch my little guy here. It's the Y button. It's everything but the Y button. Okay, not yet. That's okay. There's still plenty of save rooms left. Big old wasp. Even look partially human. Don't think I can use my glitch gun ball. Use it on the little projectiles. Stand closer to it here, I think. Hey, sir, how you doing? Hey, it's pretty rough. Don't know if this was the best gun for it, but it was working. Do you have such brief windows of vulnerability? Yeah, let me save. Makes sense. Yeah, this gun's pretty good. I was speculating last week that part of what makes it so good is that it benefits from all your bonuses to weapon damage with each shot. Okay, what we got here? Right, that makes sense. The range upgrades are really making a difference there. I was able to stand away from its melee attack. Drone teleport. Cute. That already opens up a few rooms that I couldn't do anything with before. It's a nice way to never actually give me a morph ball. Great. I think that's actually a dead end. There's a thing that looked like a secret earlier that ended up not being a secret, but maybe it's a secret now that I can teleport with my drone like that. Huzzah! Oh, it seems like it's a lot faster to use and discard the drone now too. That's nice. Cute. Okay. That's fun. I think this is a full weapon upgrade too. Yeah, nice. It's a pretty big deal. I like that. I like that this game tries to do really interesting things with the progression abilities. It does its absolute best to have it not just be, oh, it's basically the morph ball, or oh, it's basically the space jump. Even the kind of standard upgrades like the hook shot feel pretty different by making them try to feel like Bionic Commando. Into eschewing there being like a scripted hookshot point that you can grab onto, right? Okay, so that is a new progression ability, but I had said to my future self not to backtrack really far with just one progression ability. I'm trying to get more than one if possible. What is here and why did I mark it? I thought it was in this room. Get in this little corner area here, I wonder. Are the little worms meant to help me find that spot? Try the... I think I just didn't try the drill there before. It's pretty sad. this one's drill only, okay. Gotcha. Cute. Even more range. You love to see it. Cool. Okay, where else do I want to go? Try going to that 2, maybe. I think I can get to it through here. Damage and range, kicking butt here. This is great. Exploded blocks stay exploded forever, right? Probably can just, easy way to get up there now. Whoops, not like that. Nice. Blocks that I've destroyed remain destroyed forever. Don't respawn when I revisit the room later. Well, like, these, like, worms can blow up blocks, and then they stay broken forever, right? Okay. Distorts the underlying lattice of space. So the 2 makes it look like there's a path underneath there, but there isn't actually. Let's see. I'd check, you know, you never know. Sorry. Let's see what's in that far northeast corner. I thought I had a room earlier where they stayed broken, but I must have been confused. From the worms hitting it. Been up here before. Why do I care? Oh, I think I see. That's gonna be tough. I see. looks like I can connect to it, but I don't think I can actually. Why'd they put that little break in the tube? I kept thinking it could like warp up through into that. Okay, it's fine. I don't know where it would take me in the zone above there, so. This fucking place. For this place. I've been on that little platform before, I think. So cruel. Can't warp in there. Don't think there's anything over here. Is it just so that I can like get the tile on the map for map completion maybe? Is there anything I want to do here? I don't think so. I guess I can go all the way north. And also all the way east. Oh, there's something there with something different. You know, I was trying to glitch it. Shit, beat kills it, okay. Okay. Clear this marker. I don't know what I left it there for. Let's see. Oh, this fucking room, right. I doubt anything's changed. Use this gun temporarily just because the sound effects it makes is less grating. There's just a thing to pick up in this room with the drone earlier. I don't mind the sound effects. I like that they're kind of crunchy sounding, but I think the volume needed some work, right? They clearly fixed that problem with the low health beep, right? Which is really irritating when you first hear it and then the volume drops, which is nice. Sinking feeling that going this way is a waste, we'll see. The music's really good. How does this room show connected to the room to the east? That's what I mean. This room was driving me crazy before. Can I still do nothing in this room? I've been in here several times. One of several such rooms in this game. Okay, I think this is a wild goose chase. While I'm running across the map, I've been having really strong feelings about the general level design in this game. I think the fact that I've played like 50 plus other Metroidvanias on stream, and for some reason this is the only one that makes me feel that way. Maybe Metroid 1, and maybe, and if that's the whole point, we're trying to do Metroid 1, right? Okay, I get it. I don't know though, it's like, you play something like Doom 2016, which is trying to like recreate the feeling of an old non-cover based arena shooter. And it doesn't simply just do an old non-cover based arena shooter, it still has to like recreate the feeling of that while adding things like the chainsaw melee health and ammo recovery mechanic to make it feel modern and good, right? And so maybe if the whole idea is that the levels are just like a weird mess where you can't be certain that anything that looks suspicious is suspicious, like that's a cool idea, but I wonder what, if anything, you could do to convey to the player, like, yeah, that's not anything, but it's not supposed to be anything, and will never be anything, you know? Like, I feel like the glitch gun is underused in this game. Maybe it's less so in Axiom Verge 2. Really interested in playing that. And I wonder if they could have used the glitch gun to help with that. Like, if the glitch gun, when you used it on things in the environment that look like they should be secrets but aren't secrets, that it, like, deleted that part, right? Cleaned it up or something. Or glitched it in a way that made it obvious when you came back to it later, like, ah, that was a fake-out secret. There's actually nothing there, you know? Yeah, I can totally hear the Metroid 1 inspiration. I get it. I feel like that would have been a nice little middle ground solution for me, where it's exactly the same level design, but the glitch gun, like, puts a little weird glitch texture on things that a player might expect to be a secret but don't actually contain anything, so you could, like, go through and mark everything. I think the glitch gun primarily ends up getting used in the in combat as opposed to in, like, level progression and exploration. But I'm of two minds on it, because on the one hand, it's like, who the hell am I? I'm a nobody to say that something about the level design in Axiom Verge feels weird to me. But I have to remember, I have played, like, many of these games, and for only one of them to feel weird, I think is kind of telling. So even if I'm not properly articulating what I think is off, I think it doesn't necessarily mean that there's nothing off, if that makes sense. Hope I can go somewhere with this. I wasn't able to climb up here before. Warp through it. Okay, cool. Oh my goodness, new zone hype. Those guys are mean. Want this gun instead. It's a little... well, those are comparable, I think. Those feel like fighting Metroids. Kind of look like Metroids too. Sure. I see scan lines. Where are the... I don't mind feeling lost in a Metroidvania. Like, a giant percentage of La Mulana is being lost, right? I'm just having no idea where the game wants you to go, where you've been bottlenecked to. You can apologize for killing me earlier? Does anyone know, am I allowed to do this scanline thing right now? Where I spend forever in this area looking for it? I guess it could just be up and to the right of here, right? So maybe accessible from elsewhere. I'm allowed to do that. We'll see. Alright, I'll come back to it in a second. Maybe it involves getting the key thing that I need. I will say that the game feels, I've said this a couple times, the game feels like progressively better the further you get into it. The more progression abilities you have, the easier it is to like quickly check whether something that might be a red herring is a red herring or not and move on with your life, you know. Might actually be through here. This is gonna finally be my save room with a secret. And that's like extra mean if it's a save room that only has a chance to be a secret based on which save file you get. Ooh, the lolly. See the scan lines here. That's apparently not it. Shoot. Maybe it's past a little golden door or something. Can you get a save file where, like, the scan line room that spawns is available later than in other save files? Like it requires the next upgrade or something, but a different player might be able to do it immediately. That's interesting. I thought they were all kind of like, like what you guys meant was that you walk into a zone and there's guaranteed to be one scanline room in that zone and it's randomly chosen between 1 of 3 or 4 locations. You're saying the total number of them is randomly distributed throughout the game? Sure, what you want to talk about, Kyle? Thanks for asking. So you could conceivably play the game and like literally all of those scanline rooms would be in the end game? Or loaded at the beginning of the game? Hey, Sudran Key. Thanks, Terran. Sure, makes sense. I think it was just getting the key. I'm destroying everything else just in case there's some other secret here. Like a weapon or health upgrade or something. Glad I checked. Oh, I just have to log in? Okay, thanks for letting me know. Are you in Discord, Kyom? If you could tag me in the Discord and stream games, I'll do that as a task to at least sign in. Just have to sign in, don't have to do anything else, right? Okay, I'll do my best to remember then. Okay, thanks, Ternan. Appreciate the heads up. Cool, thanks. Still expect something in there, right? Suspicious single block room on the map. Just let it go, it's fine. Very nice. I'm actually pretty excited for the next Warframe episode. It took 20-some hours. The game got really interesting all of a sudden. See scanline in here. That's where I expected to see it. Let's see. Hey, I still haven't found this game's... I assume, given its pedigree, this game has some kind of, like, equivalent to the Morph Bomb repeated jump, or the, what's the one in Shadow Complex? It's some shenanigans you can do with the foam spray. Hard-pressed to believe they could resist adding something like that. Does that exist? A way to get more height than intended. It does exist, such a shenanigan. Driving me crazy that I can't get in here. Like, the only other way it could be is via the save room, I think. As it is in regular Metroid games, right? Okay, we've already established that scanline rooms don't necessarily require the glitch gun to access, right? Sometimes they use the drill only. I'm tempted to look this one up. Where am I? E-Kur-Mah glitch room. Glitch. I don't want to read too far here. Is there a name for those rooms that I can use to try to Google it? I might not have the upgrade to enter it. Okay, thanks. Secret world. Oh, that worked. Press the wrong button. That's kind of cool. Secret World's a cool name for it. Secret World. Doesn't talk about this specific one, I guess. Oh, interesting. Okay. So there's no way to Google it. Well, I can try coming back there later with more upgrades, I suppose. Thanks. Hey, I guessed correctly. This is a different room. Nothing. I don't have the ability to get to that yet. Felt so right. Makes them attack slower, I guess? But I can't really tell what that does. Like they're really high speed beeping in the zone. It's cool. Well, there's 2 exits from the room. That's new. Really? So they're gonna keep raids but no hosting? I guess that makes sense. They're kind of confusing variations on the same concept. Let's check this first. Assume you can still, like, raid somebody with no viewers and it works the same way. That's already how raids work as far as I know. I do want to go to the other thing. Let's see. So cool. It's interesting that they originally had user-defined tags, and then they ditched them in favor of prepackaged tags. And then they, like, spent a bunch of effort to just put it back on the way it was before. Oh, interesting. This fucking room? So this is a one-way shortcut. Boo earns, I say. Boo this man. Boo. Excuse me. It's very strange. I like being trolled in games. It's a fun experience for me. Like, just watch my entire Witness playthrough. A lot of the puzzles on the Witness are designed to, without literally putting a middle finger in the game, convey to you, yes, I'm fucking with you. Yes, that was on purpose. I think the, like, shakes fist at heavens, Jonathan Blow moments in this game are less clear. Seriously. It'll drive me nuts if I don't try to reveal it real quick. Hold on. What's the size of the gap there? a sinking suspicion I can't get in there. Alright. Alright. So, like, okay, I'll give you an example. We've got these enemy spawning things on the floor here where those little worm things come out, right? A way to fuck with me in a way that I know that you're fucking with me would be to drop down here, and then there's 2 worms in the first 2, and you kill them, and you're progressing to the right, and it's like telling a joke, right? You're like, oh, I'm expecting more worms, and there aren't any worms. And you get to the end, then you turn around, and then the worms spawn, right? Like, haha, I got it. But it feels weird that there just aren't more worms in here, right? It could be an attempt at a similar kind of a subversion of expectations, but... Sure. Souls games will do that occasionally. They'll sometimes put you in a situation where you're like, this has to be a trap, right? And it just isn't, and that's the joke. I guess if, like, the rules of comedy are analogous to the rules of trolley game design, that, like, this developer is, like, a deadpan comic or something. It's like Stephen Wright of game designers. Okay, so I'm gonna get an upgrade that lets me get to that, presumably. I don't think I can get it yet, if I understand correctly. Oh, hey, new coat. Damages tiles and enemies in your path. Oh, that's pretty sweet. The crazier this gets, the more I like it. Cool. Okay. Probably unlocks a lot of the areas I haven't been able to get into so far. Oh, can I go diagonal with this now? That's interesting. be like... I have to like get into the wall here and climb around with the drone. I guess that's not actually a background, is it? Can I get into this tile? I must be able to, right? With my current abilities. Yeah. Right. Yeah, I wonder if that... Can I think why I enjoy deadpan comedy and feel frustrated a lot of the times with the stuff this game's doing, even though I like the idea of what it's doing, right? Maybe there's some character to deadpan comedy that like is constantly conveying to the audience that this is goofy, right? Like, I don't know, maybe it could be the tone of the game is pretty serious. If this game was presented like, I don't know, what's the game? Cruelty Squad, right? Where it like looks kind of bad on purpose and it's like grating on purpose. But it's otherwise a pretty authentically presented Metroidvania and has sections that are entirely authentic. It's not just like constantly trying to fuck with you. It just like very occasionally tries to fuck with you, you know? Yeah. Again, I know I'm talking about it a lot because there's a lot I have to say about it, but that doesn't mean that I'm disliking the game. I do think the game is really good and very interesting. I don't think you can squeeze this much commentary out of me about virtually any of the other Metroidvanias we played on stream, even the ones I really enjoyed. Maybe like La Mulana. So the game's doing something right in that it's making me feel things, but... you know, I should try to get to that glitch room now. I bet I can get there now. Maybe. So I should be able to get into that room no matter what, is what you're saying. Grab that anyway. High Priestess Eshinima. Give them what they want. Do I need to... just occurred to me, do the lore objects ever have, like, secret passwords in them? Save here. Just in case I die. Or can I count on them pretty much? Yeah, but they're not secret passwords. It's always like, here, put in this password. I'm just curious if there's ever going to be text where it just like lists a name or something innocuously and that's actually a password. So I haven't been looking for that. Does the red code have similar limitations in terms of it being less good at crossing vertically than horizontally? Let's see. Might still be via the save room on the other side. Try. Might require a diagonal warp. Okay. There's one optional secret password during the lower tablet. Is it one I already have? Okay, thanks. I can see the scan lines from here. I didn't try that last time. Don't think this one's accessible through the save room. It must be in the other big room. Alright, I'll go back and try to figure it out. So that link you sent says all of the different ways I could potentially get in. Maybe I can use that as a guide. Never going to require enemy interactions, I assume. Impassable wall, intangible drawn in the foreground. Yeah, I thought these were suspicious as hell. I think they're talking about this one. Entrance should be exactly the bottom 3 rows of blocks of the ledge shown in this image. Presumably the image is gone now too. Oh, it's kind of cool, a diagonal teleporting there. Thanks for looking it up. There it is. It's diagonal. Okay, yeah, that's nutty. Thank you very much for checking. Rough stuff. Like, these were an explicit thing that maybe wasn't intentional in the original Metroid, right? Maybe even was called Secret Worlds. Like little maps that just kind of existed on the edges that weren't designed, but you could go to them for like sequence breaks and stuff, right? And it's not in Zero Mission, if I recall. So, like, that shit's cool as hell. I love it. It's really good. There's a lot of really good story stuff in this game, too, like the mission where you play as the boss. That was pretty sweet. Real fake doors. Literally memory corruption. That's funny. Shit. Gotta be more careful. I have enough health and damage now that I can generally just like damage boost my way through everything, but... Wow, it's now that even I know that it's there, it's really hard. Wait, what lets me shoot? Why is it sometimes I'm allowed to shoot that after? There's like a error noise. Hold on, I need to kill these things so I can show you what I'm talking about. One of the times I jumped there, I was able to shoot the drone a second time in midair after teleporting. That time I can't, it makes an error noise. I don't know what changed. Okay. God, I know it's there. Still can't get to it. There it goes. This game does not incentivize combat. Just run. Down here. We said these tend to have 2 secrets in them, right? 2 upgrades to find. I see. Okay, don't go down there. It's a waste of time. Got it. I guess I can use the drone to try to minimize the damage I take, right? Because the drone damage doesn't actually hurt me. Shit, I didn't realize the enemies stayed put there. Well, that's one. One sec. Oh, good. I got the health increase there. I needed it. That's cool. Turned out that speedrunners could use that to go places they weren't supposed to early, basically. Hello. I didn't know you could get weapons in here. I thought it was always, like, degenerate upgrades. Heat Seeker. Let's see how this works. Pretty good damage. It's not great targeting, though. Or the electricity gun. Probably just let them kill me. I see. So can you get all 3 across all the secret worlds, and the order is determined by the seed, or there's only one weapon that's able to be obtained? And different players will get different ones entirely. Okay if I die. Death warping would actually be quite nice here. I see. What are the other 2? Just had an OBS crash. We're back. Hopefully if it's YouTube, I'd stitch those VODs together. Let's continue. I'm actually just gonna die here. swscale6.dll was the crash this time. No idea what that is. Okay, I got a new weapon. Can't get to that frustrating tile down there, but I'm just gonna pretend like it's not there. My brain will explode. Question while crashing there was, what are the other 2 guns that you could get? I think I wanted to take that shortcut earlier, because I don't think I care at all about the rest of the stage, but that's okay. It's not that long of a walk. I like that the glitch dash can kill those enemies. All the way down. All the way down. I like what this does for general aerial traversal at the end of the game. It's pretty cool. So I think this game feels better constantly, like... Try going up, I guess. Is this an okay time in the game to do some significant backtracking? I'm wondering if there's going to be any more crazy upgrades that I'm going to get that make me want to wait to backtrack until I get those, you know? Scissor beam and fat beam. Not gonna save in case I don't want to be going this way. Okay, cool, thanks. Right, this crazy room. Really like that select sound effect. Edin or Ukkin-Na? So I can just try both. I cannot wait until that OBS or Discord forum feature comes out. Discord is the worst possible way to do tech support discussions. Having been working with OBS tech support in their Discord for like the last month or so with my earlier CPU crash. It's moving so fast right now that my crash report just got completely missed, so I'm just gonna have to try again after stream. It might crash again. If it keeps happening, I'll roll back to the previous OBS version. That's what I get for trying to stay current. Alright, so I feel like this is a good sample of a room where I should be able to, like, go up indefinitely. What's that morph ball analog tech we were talking about before? It does let me shoot again eventually. I don't understand why it sometimes lets me shoot it again. Oh, okay. Specifically the glitch gun is what does it? Is that an intentional... to the extent you can have an intentional sequence break? It's actually really hard to get the timing right on that. I like that though, because it's comparably annoying timing to the morph ball spam. Ah! It's really hard. Yeah, I think you have to do it in a specific, like, rhythm in order to gain height, right? And you can't just hold the button down. That's pretty cool. Oh god. Whew. Don't think that was very helpful, but I got all the tiles covered at least. Yeah. That's pretty cool. Thank you. That's a challenge. Like, how do we recreate the sequence break feeling and the fact that you have to do it with a very specific, like, cadence? That's something that Shadow Complex tried to do with the foam panels, but it was too easy. It didn't require any kind of, like, jank to do it. Oh, hello. How you doing? Okay. No killing. Fair. Please don't kill me again. Pretty sweet looking. I don't know which of the bodies is hers. Gotcha. Specifically designed to keep me from dropping down through there. Okay. Wanted to cover up all the tiles, you know, it's fine. In case it does map coverage. Seriously? Right on. All there is to do up there, I think. So few of those little shortcuts. I think I found one super early in the game and then almost never again after that. Sure that I have the red coat. Okay. Cool little cube. Song's pretty cool. Okay, so I can damage them with the glitch dash, sort of. if you're like telefragging them, that's pretty cool. Gonna die for sure. Oh yeah. Whoops. Has there only been one, like, mutation upgrade, like the one that gives me the little tail whenever I'm, at max health? Or are there more of those that I've missed, potentially? That's a good track, I agree. Seem to want to let me hit them in the middle there. That's damaging them for sure. That time it hit them, but I can't tell what was different. Probably not worth fighting them. Too annoying. You can just barely make it up here normally with a drone shot plus warp at the very peak, I guess. It's cool. Can I not do this room yet? Oh, really? Can I do it entirely from within that room, or do I have to do it from a different room? Involved using a different room. Shit, nothing is respawning. Is it getting there somewhere from this tall room? There's just so many things I could try that I need to know whether this is the right spot to look or not. To the extent this game has ever had a formula is usually it shows me a room with a 1 out of 6 upgrade on my way to the power-up that will let me get to it. These enemies respawning. Involves moving between rooms, but it doesn't involve an alternate entrance? What the fuck? I can't do anything during the zone transition, right? Fuck. I don't. The only thing I can think that's maybe weird is this like a kind of a glitchy, for lack of a better word, interaction, like an unexpected thing that involves the zone boundary or something like that? Enemies are unfortunately respawning, it seems like. Haven't done before. I have zero idea. I don't even have like the faintest guess. Does it involve this door? Moving in and out of this door? like wondering if it's like I have to like teleport to the drone as it's passing through the door and like clip into the ceiling or something stupid like that. Does it involve the drone in any way? Or does it well, my next guess is it involves the slowdown somehow from shooting one of those. Does it involve the power bomb in any way, since those are hard for me to get my hands on? Hooray, I'm glad there's a save point here. There in a second. This would be the meatest save room to put it in, since it would be annoying to get to. Oh, I got bombs back, okay. Oh, weird and cool. These guys weren't in here last time, right? Okay, I think I get it. God, that's fucking weird. Like, it's a really cool secret, but you're right, it's a puzzle complexity spike. And they die if they're not, okay. Why that room of all rooms to have a cool new puzzle concept like that. Too high up still, okay. So they have to be like... It's ridiculous. No, no worries, I understand. There's no way you could say it without giving it away. When you were delaying to reply on my power bomb question, I'm like, okay, I bet that's it. Like, I bet it had something to do with the door and glitching the enemies. Jesus. Cool secret. Presented exactly the same as most other secrets in the game. Is that the only way to get that one, or is that just an early way to get it? I thought you could only use the bomb, too. I must have been thinking of the laser guys. Is that the first time glitching has allowed enemies to travel across zone boundaries? I mean, I guess the whole point is that the enemies have different behaviors. Which is cool. Boss rush? It's worth a try. I was trying to get a full heal there. Oops. Kind of cool if you could glitch the former boss. Damn. He's not just the previous boss, but again, he's quite a bit harder. Okay. First try, damn. Tough. Wonder if he can respawn after that. That's it. Like how they're basically the music for the zone. It's kind of cool. Can I like glitch them on and off accidentally? Be nice if this was a save room. Okay, good. I saw them say it was optional, but I thought maybe there'd be some benefit to doing it, like it wouldn't spawn again. Pretty cool looking, gotta say. Hey, it's future me. Being a real dick over here. Oh shit, I gotta stop. I gotta let those scroll. Got some splaining to do. Oh, that's funny. Yeah, right. Have a chance. Hey. Boss music's the little Kyron that plays sounds like somebody going, oh, to the final boss. Or I assume is the final boss. It is the thing they've been building up to the whole time. I don't know if this is also kind of a nod to Metroid, that the boss is like a tube that you shoot at, and then the things that are hurting you are like defenses for the tube. It's pretty cool. I wish I could bind teleport onto a button. It's so hard to do it reliably. Oh, I can glitch them, okay. Probably should have tried that sooner. Slows their speed quite a bit. Really hard on hard mode. It's only the bomb that can glitch them, gotcha. Suck it, future me. Oh, I see. The little picture of him in the achievement is how he's supposed to look without the leotard code. What if he could be redeemed? The clone of a mass murderer? What do they do to nerf it? Just make the little drones do less damage? Definitely felt easier than the optional boss leading up to it. Its eyes are fine. I like this version of this song. Was it correct before to do your best to ignore the ads and just like port through them, or? I felt like I was worth killing them once I was low enough on health that I would get health back from them. Put him on a inevitable path to becoming Athetos or Athetos. There are different endings based on how much you find. So I like this game a lot. It's really good. The art's great. The music is really good. The core mechanics of shooting feel really good. All the different weapons are great. I like the upgrades, that there are basically no stereotypical Metroidvania upgrades, and they're not even like just, oh, this is just a skin of a famous Metroidvania upgrade. Like, we really made an effort to make them feel unique, like no other game had done them before. 100% gets you an extra scene in the ending. Okay. I really want to see Axiom Verge 2. I know y'all hear the butt floating in the air. I don't deign to be an authority on Metroidvanias. You know, I've played like 50 of them, but that doesn't mean that I am the boss of how it should work. And if you played this game and enjoyed it and didn't feel like anything was weird about the level design, then more power to you. It could be just something weird with my brain, but it's definitely strange that I can't compare this to any other experience I've had that is a Metroidvania. And that the level design feels like it's trolly without the usual signifiers of being trolly, right? As for what could have changed that for me, all I can think is that if they had maybe designed it in such a way that you could use the glitch gun on things that look like secrets and mark them in some way, and even make an achievement for that, right? So I still get a little, very minor cookie for identifying, yeah, that kind of looks like a place to send the drone, but no, it doesn't work, sorry. Nice try, you know? That could have changed things for me a little bit. I think smoothing the level design out a little bit. Again, if they're trying to recreate the feel of Metroid 1, I think they did it, but I do think that when you're trying to recreate a retro feel, like how Outer Wilds is trying to bring back the idea of knowledge as progression, that you could beat the game immediately like you could in Myst back in the day, or how Doom 2016 is trying to bring back non-cover, non-regenerating health, that you still, if you're making it 20 or 30 years after the game came out, you should change something, you know, to make it feel like it fits in the scope of modern game design. Ben, did you just step on the keyboard and skip the credits? What a dick. I do think some of the ideas this game has are really, really clever. I don't even think that my complaints are like that big of a deal at the end of the day. What this game has done for me is that it's revealed a quality I've never noticed in Metroidvanias before, and that's the negative space. I have never noticed before that in virtually every other Metroidvania game I've played, like, there are not troll level design assets, really. Like, sometimes you'll have games where there's just a completely bullshit secret, if that makes sense. Like, there's just a wall that you can just walk through and it's not conveyed at all. or there's a wall that you can bomb for some reason and there's no reason to suspect to bomb it. And that feels different to me than a game that puts something in the level that looks like it's specifically concealing a secret, like a really conspicuous bit of open wall, or a ledge that there's one save room that has a ledge on it that you can jump up to and none of the other save rooms do, and it does nothing, right? Like, that feels different than just having some just really completely hidden stuff in flat areas that you have no reason to probe. I think the other thing is that I wish the glitch gun got a little bit more usage. It's such a cool idea. It gets used a lot when you first pick it up, and after that I think you pretty much just use it for combat and like a very small handful of interactables. I was expecting that the glitch gun would be like, hey, you've played Metroids before, isn't it annoying to drop morph ball bombs everywhere? Just press this handy button that has a giant radius and covers a big part of the map, so you can kind of search for stuff like that. And it was that for about 3 minutes, and then they stopped having glitchable walls. I think that the drill too felt pretty underutilized. Like, it was a cool way to do things differently than having the bomb, but after the beginning of the game they kind of forgot the drill for the most part, it felt like. Yeah, can't think of any other games where there's a bunch of bombable walls with nothing behind them and difficult to read ledges leading to nowhere. I think that the concept of there's a bunch of fake bombable walls and difficult to reach ledges is a cool idea. It's commenting on the genre, right? It's like, oh, you thought that was something? It wasn't anything. But at least in my case, finding some way to Jonathan Blow, the witness style, acknowledges the player. I knew you were going to do that, and there's nothing there, fuck you. It doesn't have to be a literal trophy of a middle finger, but the one I came up with earlier was when you walk down that hallway and there's the pipes that have the enemies that spawn out of them. They only spawn out of the first 2 and not the latter 6. Like, when you get to the end of the hallway, turning around and one spawns and hits you, right? You get it. It's like when you have a series of 6 witness puzzles, and the one that Jonathan Blow intends to fuck with you on is puzzle number 5 or puzzle number 6. So he makes sure that the first 3 are pretty straightforward so that you know you've been screwed over when you get to the 5th or 6th one. Nearly all the secrets I missed were places where I could have drilled and did not. Yeah. I don't know. The drill mechanics... Was there a hidden secret in one of the save rooms that I missed? I'm sad if there weren't any anywhere. Something feels weird to me about the drill, because the drill is like... It feels like the game wants you to be doing 3 things to look for secrets. It wants you to be pressing glitch against walls, it wants you to be drilling against walls, and it wants you to be glitching against walls, like the glitch gun. And only the first 2 really get used very much. The third one only gets used super rarely and is conveyed a little bit. None of the save rooms have secrets. It's kind of funny in its own right. Like, I feel like that's too many different modes, and the Super Metroid solution to that problem is that if you interrogate it with the wrong object, interrogating it at least reveals what object you need, right? That if you use the glitch gun on the wall that needs to be drilled, using the glitch gun reveals that it's a drillable wall in some way. And I almost feel like that's correct. I mean, Super Metroid, it's like hierarchical, right? It's like the power bomb will reveal everything. It might reveal what you're supposed to do with blocks that the regular morph ball bomb won't. So if they wanted to like not make it that easy to look for secrets, they could have like an optional glitch gun upgrade that does something similar. Yeah, try to glitch drill every single block. And I would be happy to do that. Like, that's how I play Super Metroid, or any Metroid game, is I run around and I bomb every wall. But it's because I can bomb every wall or power bomb every room or whatever that's an effective strategy. As soon as you tell me that I have to do 3 or 4 things to every wall, it feels, and you have the rarely pretty slow trickle of secrets in this game. I feel like I'm not getting rewarded for it often, and it just kind of feels like it's an exercise in frustration. Glitch gun only works in walls when they have glitch visual effects, and the regular gun never does anything to walls at all. Yeah, and like, that was interesting too. The regular gun was a progression upgrade for like 5 minutes. Like, the first regular gun upgrade you get was required to open some switches, and I guess they could just kind of decided gun upgrades were going to be pure damage-based, combat-based, and weren't going to do anything for progression anymore, which I felt was a bit of a missed opportunity. Do you not ever... Well... You sometimes have to glitch through walls in a way that's not conveyed, right? I guess the one example I can come to is the scanlines room where you had to glitch diagonally into an unconveyed breakable block, but I guess that one was pretty rare compared to the other ones. Yeah. That's what I was saying as the third thing. Glitch gun, drill, lab coat. And the lab coat felt frustrating to do because what I was hoping to do is to move with the left stick and then try to input lab coat dash commands with the D-pad, but it doesn't accept both inputs at the same time. So I found it pretty tough sometimes to just dash when I wanted to on command, which I guess they were trying to do on purpose because the first version of the lab coat has you like melding into the wall by trying to push through it slowly, right? Just don't count the glitch gun on the list. Yeah. Well, I guess the glitch gun on enemies is a fourth thing, right? Like you should glitch all the enemies in the room and see if it makes them do something weird, like the lasers that break blocks or the worms that break blocks or the enemies that zone to the other room. I feel like I mentioned a couple things that would have fixed it for me, one being the glitch gun highlighting things that don't do anything. Another thing that would have fixed it would have been a massively increased count of secrets, that there's like a secret on every screen almost, you know? Even if it's like just lore text. You know, it doesn't have to be an upgrade, it could just be text. Because it felt like, you know, maybe I missed a bunch of secrets because I wasn't drilling enough, but it felt like secrets were like a once every 15 or 20 rooms type of fare, but that the amount of effort I'd have to do to find them didn't feel super worth it. Glitch them, respond to your D-pad and gun inputs as a remote control. That's interesting. Yeah, I hate to say this. I get the feedback that like, oh, when I played this game, I wanted to experiment. I wanted to glitch every enemy and see what they did. I don't know, just something about it didn't feel conducive to experimentation for me. It's a thing where I was talking about this yesterday with Wild Arms 3. I think there might be mild like UI improvements that could encourage a player like me to experiment more without diminishing the experience of someone who would just experiment on their own for its own sake, right? Like giving me a reason to fight stuff. It felt pretty correct to avoid combat whenever possible. It just slowed you down and made you take damage most of the time. You could generally take less damage by just damage boosting through stuff. Giving me a reason to glitch things, like if there was like a codex or something that unlocked every time you successfully glitch something, that would be kind of neat. I guess you're supposed to guess at what the glitching effect did, and for some enemies that's really obvious. Like there's enemies where glitching them turns all of their projectiles into healing, and there are enemies where glitching them causes them to scroll zones with you when you transition zones, right? And some of those are way more subtle than others, so I don't know, maybe having a codex that tells you what happened would be a little bit clearer. Have you ever glitched this enemy? What level of glitch tool was needed? Yeah. I'm really interested to see Axiom Verge 2. I'm just curious if the dev saw any complaints like this, if I am the sole fucking crazy Principal Skinner weirdo with Axiom Verge. That basically all my complaints I can boil down to, this is just a single developer. That makes sense, right? Like, it's a really, 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 really good Metroidvania Maker game. Like, the best Mario Maker level I've ever played, wrought in 10-hour form, right? It's insanely good. But there's things that I think if it was made by a small team or with maybe significant playtest feedback, may have appealed a little bit more to me over time. And so I can chalk that up to, wow, it's still really impressive that this was made by a single developer, right? Like, I liked Iconoclast a lot. That was another single developer Metroidvania we played on stream. Very pretty art, very pretty music. That one didn't have the level design problems I had with this game, but it had story problems. That the story was kind of weird and all over the place, for me anyway, kind of difficult to follow. It was presented almost as like you need to be in the creator's brain to know what's going on, and I don't think Axiom Verge had that problem at all. I think Axiom Verge's story was well told. It had some fun storytelling gimmicks, like the part where you're playing as a boss during a hallucination. Decent number of proper nouns, but they were introduced in an interesting way, and I don't think it dwelt in anything too long. So it's interesting to see how whenever you had a game that's just by a single person, like what their strong suits are and where they maybe falter a little bit. And it seems like it's always different for every game. I guess I don't remember Iconoclast very well. I'm going to remember this game. Maybe it's not the best sign that I remember Iconoclast art and music more than the game. But I played a lot of Metroidvanias, and only maybe fewer than 5 of them have really left lasting level design impacts on my brain. And this is definitely one of them, so that's probably a good sign. Thanks for bearing with me as I played through this. I'm sure if you're an Axiom Verge superfan, either now in chat or in the future on YouTube, it's frustrating to hear me bitch about it a lot. I don't think it's bad. I think it's revealing, and it's good that I played this because it's going to help me recontextualize other similar games in the genre as I play them in the future. Great game.